So I'm sure you clicked on this video probably because of the headline that Governor Alex Otti demolished 50 buildings in Abia State. But here's the context behind that very headline. Indeed, 50 illegal structures were demolished by Governor Alex Otti in the past few weeks. It's a project ongoing and more demolitions are still coming through.
The intention is to open up the city. The intention is to make Umuahia look like a modern capital city. The intention is to make the city livable, to make the city have an aesthetics of a modern state capital and a smart city. And that is what we are working towards.
With the initiative of creating Umuahia New District, it's a welcome development. By creating this Umuahia New District, we attract new development, economic development. At least foreign investors will come in.
It will go a long way improving economic, stability of Abia State, because when we have a viable town, I think there will be development. People will come in. There will be for me, industries. When you go far and near to call companies to come and site their industries in Abia, they will. When there are roads, lighting, security, everything. I think when we have all these and industries coming to Umuahia, into Abia State, there will be employment. The rate of unemployment will reduce drastically.
Now, here is exactly what is going on. It's all about the development of Umuahia, right? So, I've made some videos regarding this very topic where the governor said his plan for Umuahia is to make Umuahia beautiful, is to beautify Umuahia and make Umuahia look like Umuahia. That was something that he said at Umuahia Township Stadium when Ikwano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South gathered to endorse the governor for a second term. Hence that very comment from the governor of Abia State. And a few days after that, in a religious gathering as well, he doubled down on that very statement. A video of that is also existing on this channel, all about beautifying Umuahia. And we've also asked this question, what exactly do you think the governor can do to bring out more beauty in Umuahia? But here is the focus for this very video. Governor Alex Otti demolishes 50 and more illegal structures in Umuahia alone. So Governor Alex Otti has intensified efforts to restore order and improve the outlook of Umuahia, as about 50 illegal structures were demolished across key areas of the state. Now, the demolition exercise carried out by the Umuahia Capital Development Authority, UCDA, affected shops, shanties, containers, car wash points, mechanic workshops, and other unauthorized constructions within Umuahia. So, the affected locations, if you know Umuahia very well, is within the ShopRite axis. Now, if you're driving from Ishi Gate to ShopRite area, you're going to notice that all the shanties where you used to have car wash, you used to have keke operators fixing their tricycle, among others, you're going to notice that that place is now open. So from ShopRite, you can now see the other side of the road because the state government are already forcing the shop owners to evacuate. And if you fail to, demolitions will follow. Aside that area as well, if you've been to the post office junction, there is another massive demolition ongoing within that area as well. All shanties are at this point are being demolished by the state government because notice have been given out. Now, within the Bende Road Tower axis as well, there is another demolition also going on in that area. Some persons have also called on some other areas within Umuahia to be opened up along the Ishi Gates Aba Road. If you're coming from Ishi Quarters, if you're going to Ishi Gates, there was a time the shops along the road, they were asked to remove all the shootouts within the shops area along the road to give more aesthetics and more beauty to that very area, right? And some persons have already called on the state government to do more along that road compared to what is happening in so many other parts of the state. Now, aside that as well, questions have also been asked. What can the state government do within the Ishigate area, the place where you have the shops, where you have this motor parks? Indeed, there is the bus terminal, and once it is commissioned, motor parks within the Ishigate area, will be relocated into the bus terminal. But the question is, what about the shops? What about the foodstuff sellers? the okrika sellers, among others who sell along the road, where would they be relocated? And even these shanties that the state government are demolishing in different parts of Umuahia. Some of these shop owners have asked the state government, where should they move to? Because demolition and keeping them out of business, I don't know if the state government actually have a plan. If you do have that information, please do let me know in the comments. But as it stands now, I don't think there's any new location allocated to them. As they're leaving these shanties along this road, this is where they're expected to go, right? Now, let's get back to Ishigate. What do you think the state government should do to beautify that Ishigate? Before, I think it was during the late part of Ikbazu's administration, these business owners within that Ishigate area were asked to relocate to the Ubani market. I think the last time I went to that Ubani market was at the beginning of 2025. And that area is not looking good at all. The road leading into the market is bad. Shops in that area already in a very bad state. Some of them, their roofs are gone. And even some parts of the market taken over by weeds, among others. So, what exactly can the state government do? Because if you're asking these people to leave, there should be a destination where you're asking them to go. So, if you are to advise the state government on how to beautify Ishigate, what would your advice be? Do let me know in the comment. Some persons have predicted a flyover connecting from the Opera Square leading into Gate, and then the other one goes at the other side. And then also that there should be, flower vase within this place where these market women are occupying at this point. But what exactly is your suggestion? If you're to advise the state government on how to bring out the beauty of that Ishigate, what would you advise the governor to do? So, as it stands now, according to authorities, this very demolition move is part of a broader plan to sanitize the capital city and remove structures that violate urban planning regulations. Now, despite early warnings and grace period issued by UCDA, that is Umuahia Capital Development Authority, many property owners failed to comply, leading to the enforcement action ongoing at this point. Now, while some traders were able to salvage their goods, others have been left uncertain about their next step as the government pushes forward with its urban renewal agenda. Now, is this the right step towards building a modern Umuahia, or is it too harsh on small businesses? What exactly is your take? Again, if you are to advise the government on where to relocate some of these businesses around that Ishigate area, where would you advise the governor to take them to? So some persons have also advised the state government to relocate some of these business owners to a part within that Okigwe Park as well, if that would be the best. Because at the end of the day, once the bus terminal is completed, that Okigwe Park and all the motor parks around that area will relocate to the bus terminal. So the state government can convert that Okigwe Park into the busy market of Ishigate. What's your take? What's your position? Do let us know in the comments, and see you in the next video. But before you leave, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and as well as hit the notification bell so that you can get notified once we drop any new video on
Umuahia as it is today is almost overstretched. The city is littered with old infrastructures and buildings. The intention is to open up the city. The intention is to make Umuahia look like a modern capital city. The intention is to make the city livable, to make the city have an aesthetics of a modern state capital and a smart city, and that is what we are working towards. A team from the European Investment Bank, they've also been here to assess the site, and for them we have met all the requirements. So, and I had the discussion with the coordinator NewMap this morning, because His Excellency has directed that we should continue to make sure that this thing is completed as quickly as possible.
Let me just say a few things. One is that the transformation of Umuahia is at infant stages. So we are just starting. We have clearly set out in our mind what we want Umuahia to look like. And we are not comparing ourselves with anybody. So when you say you want a place to look like Dubai, no, we don't want to look like Dubai. We want it to look like Umuahia. An example is that a few days ago I got the draft agreement which I should sign this weekend to bring in, that agreement is with a 5-star hotel, just like we are doing in Aba. We are going to do a 200 to 250 room 5-star hotel in Umuahia. And the site has already been identified behind me here. So at the appropriate time, in a few weeks, when we will do the groundbreaking, we will announce the name of the partner. There's a name that you know and a name you'll be very proud of. And the whole idea is that if you are coming to Umuahia, you want to hold a convention, you want to hold retreat, you will have a place that can take 250 people. That is how a town grows. No matter how much you think you have grown, if you don't have a 5-star hotel, you've not started the growth. But we didn't want to start earlier than now, because we also wanted to create the enabling environment for such businesses to come in here. I have a little experience. When I acquired the land that I talked about, the whole idea was to bring in a hotel here, Marriott. But after everything, Marriott declined. And the whole idea was that Umuahia couldn't pay. I'm not sure anybody today can say that Umuahia can't pay. Because even dingy hotels here are fully booked, round the clock. There are a lot of other things we have in plan. Archbishop Okoko talked about stadium. Of course, we have acquired the land and we are discussing. One thing you can be sure about us is that whenever we start a project, it must be finished. So if we are not sure it will be finished, we won't start. So we are at that point where we are dotting all the I's and crossing the T's to be sure that we will complete the Umuahia Stadium. The Amachara Specialist Hospital, you already have seen work going on, and I've given them a target. Latest by the end of this year, I want everything to be commissioned. Let me not go one after the other. I just want to reassure you that this government will remain focused. And like I had told some people, I don't need anybody to be afraid, because this place belongs to all of us. There is nothing, just like Honorable Achobioma said earlier, when we came in 2023, it was all promises, and you believed. So, but today we have things to point at. And like we said, these things to point at are the initial things. There are still a whole lot of things to do. By the time we are done, I want to tell you, I want to assure you that it will never be the same again. And you know, at a time when you hit the reset button and you institutionalize good governance and bring dignity back to the people, you don't even need to talk. It is the people that will tell you that they will never go back to Egypt. We're not going back. So, I've heard what Umuahia said, Ikwa no Umuahia, and I agree with you completely. Our challenge now is to start praying and working on somebody who will come and take over this government by the time we are done and take it to greater heights. And I know with the retinue of men and women of God, I'm told that with our chairman came this afternoon 7 bishops from different places and another 300 men of God who are seated by my left. So he that is with God is what? In the majority. Yeah. So they can consult all the Arcadia and then all the things they would like to do. Those days are gone. God has taken control. And because God has taken control, you know that we will grow from strength to strength. Let me thank all of you once again for coming to receive me here. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the words of appreciation and commendation. And I pray that as you go back, our good God will lead you back to your destination safely.